Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. I was catching my breath there. Here with Dave's Faves, and today I want to talk to you about, Liszt orchestral works. Now, as we all know, Liszt was kind of crazy. He really was. I mean, his symphonic poems are crazy. He rewrote everything. There's a million versions. It was all over the place. He had just an amazing imagination, and was not always up to the impulse that his imagination created. And the best performances of Liszt are the ones that take him absolutely literally and seriously and just go nuts. And you don't worry about things like formal shapeliness or, just let the whole screechy, crazy thing, let it rip and have a good time. And if there was ever a conductor who was willing to do that, damn the consequences, it was Hermann Scherchen. Now, Scherchen was a character. He really was. He was a conductor who had an omnivorous musical interest. He was kind of like Stokowski without the talent. Stokowski was a chord guy. Stokowski got gorgeous sound from everybody. Scherchen didn't care. Scherchen didn't care what anything sounded like particularly. He was a line guy. He cared about long lines and not about vertical harmonies so much. In that, he was quite a German guy, actually. He was sort of an intellectual in some ways. He wrote a marvelous book on conducting that was published in the 1920s that tells us quite conclusively and in excruciating detail when conductors should call for extra vibrato and everything. You really should read his handbook on conducting. I only wish Roger Norrington had done it, because he talks about, of course, earlier music, and he talks about how you use constant vibrato and different degrees of it, and Strauss and Mahler and all of those things that prove that the period instrument people are just morons when it comes to that topic. But, Scherchen is very, very good to eliminate that kind of foolishness. But anyway, when it comes to Liszt, he was the ideal conductor because he had no inhibitions whatsoever. He was so crazy in his repertoire choices. He conducted like the first performance of Schoenberg's Moses and Aaron, and, it was badly rehearsed and they couldn't play it and he wouldn't care. He did Mahler all over the place. If he had the forces, okay. If he didn't care. He did Unby de Glier's Ilya Muromets, the complete one. He just would do anything. And everything from the Renaissance on forward. I mean, he made extraordinary discs of people like Gabrielli and Monteverdi. He did Bach's B minor Mass with like a 20-minute long opening chorus. He didn't care. He just did what he felt like doing. And damn the consequences, as I said. And that's just what Liszt needs. You need a damn the consequences conductor. And the Damn the Consequences Liszt disc, it's one of the great ones. It's this 2-disc Westminster set that I just love. You get the Hungarian Rhapsodies, numbers 1 through 6, in all of their Hungarian rhapsodishness. I mean, they just are all over the place, and wonderfully so. They're exciting and passionate and completely spontaneous and uninhibited. I mean, that's what the Romantic movement was all about, really. I mean, wasn't it? It wasn't necessarily about beauty of tone. It was about just getting in front of the orchestra and letting it rip. And then you get a bunch of tone poems. You get Les Préludes, of course you have to have that one, and Mazeppa, which this is just a dynamite Mazeppa, and the Mephisto Waltz number 1, which is, the dance in the village dwarf dance stuff. And then you have, my favorite, Hunnenschlacht. Just because I like to say Hunnenschlacht, the slaughter of the Huns, which is just marvelous battle music leading to a triumphant Christian chorale with an organ and stuff. Oh, it's just so tasteless. It's so completely what it is. And I just adore the thing. But you've got to have a performance that is 100% committed. And you just have to put your sense of propriety in neutral and let the music take over. And that is Scherchen's specialty. He has here the Vienna State Opera Orchestra, which was sort of like the Vienna Philharmonic, only not. A slightly different configuration. And, they're not that fabulous. This was recorded, when it was recorded? In 1958 for the most part, and 1960 for the other stuff, it seems to be, or 1958, all of it. Let me see, I'm trying to find dates here. And it was largely, 58 and 60, it says here. And it was in stereo, which is good because a lot of the stuff for this period's in mono. And there's nothing not to love. Nothing. If you've been sort of on the fence about Liszt and you really want to know what the music can be, I think this is a wonderful way to start. And it's another one of those fantastic things. It says, authenticity. You want authenticity? Listen to this. This is the real deal, artistically, interpretively. You may have some clown out there who'll tell the orchestra to use gut strings or do a thingy with its oboe or, stick a thing up its trumpet or whatever it does, and that may be more authentic in technical terms, but then they'll interpret it like they're going to, they're going to afternoon tea, at the Ritz Hotel. No, that's not what we want. What we want is hairy, sweaty, dirty Liszt. And that's what you get from Hermann Scherchen. That's the real deal on Westminster. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.